The entrance for access is located towards the end of the hall. Just in case you want to go out, you use that entry point for access. There is another door located to your left if you're sitting and facing me, or your right. That is the direction you would use if you want to use the restroom. Please ensure that you stand in an orderly manner if there is any emergency. We don't want any situation where people are toppling over each other. When we are about to share the necessary items for this event, be rest assured that it's getting to everybody. Everybody would have their items, so there is no need to scramble for any item. It will be given to you accordingly. We have made plans for everyone seated here. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, please can you put your hands together for yourselves? Okay. Once again, put your hands together for yourselves for making it here today. Now, can you turn to a neighbor and tell that neighbor welcome? Can you turn to another neighbor, tell the neighbor welcome? Tell that neighbor, I am glad that you made it here today. Tell that neighbor, how can I be of assistance to you today? Tell that neighbor, can I get your account details? I want to freaky your account. What did your neighbor say? Please call your account details for your neighbor. Please put your hands together for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to have you here. My name is Dave Robert, and I'll be your host for this event today. Please put your hands together for me. Be ensured that our facilitators, our resource persons, and our panelists have made sure that adequate preparation is done to communicate everything that you need to know in this event today. We are going to be talking about a lot of things. We are going to be talking about tech. We're going to be talking about social life. We're going to be talking about building. We're going to be talking about growth, especially as youths in Rivers State. If you're a Rivers youth, can I hear you say, oh yeah? Rivers youth, oh yeah. If you are excited that you're from Rivers State, please put your hands together for yourselves. Yes. You know, in Rivers State, we don't take nonsense. I saw when some things were happening and I saw the rivers in some people coming out already. And I said, this is a true Rivers man. He knows his right and he stands for his right. Please, once again, put your hands together for yourself again. But before we proceed, let us do the needful by kindly being on your feet as we have an opening prayer. To do this, I would like to make welcome a special pastor in our midst. Her name is Mrs. Chinyere Hope. Let us be on our feet as she leads us in an opening prayer so that we can properly begin. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good morning, everyone. Can we bow our heads in prayer? You are highly lifted high. There is no one like you. Hallelujah. Halle, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah. You are higher than the sea. There is no one like you, Abba Father. Halle, halle, halle. Let's sing hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Amen. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. 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 You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. Alpha and Omega. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you so much for thus far you have brought us. You have brought us from our different homes. You brought us from all walks of life. Lord, from all different local governments. Lord, gathered us here today, oh Lord, as youths of River State. To you be all the glory in the name of Jesus. Heavenly Father, we thank you because you fought unseen battles for us last night. And that's why we are living in the land of the living. Therefore, we return all glory to you alone who have done it in the name of Jesus. Thank you for the victory. Thank you for the gift of sleeping and waking up. Thank you for the gift of strength this morning. We are here in your name. Thank you for gathering us once again. May your name be exalted in the name of Jesus. Having gathered us here, oh God, it is for a purpose. Lord God and my Father, it is for learning. It is, oh God, in heaven for growth and prosperity. Lord King of glory, we pray that this morning as we begin in your name. And Lord, we submit ourselves, oh God, under your tutelage, under your lessons, under your lecture, under your Holy Spirit, that everything we will do here today and going forward will be giving you glory, will be giving you honor. We ascribe all thanks to you. To you alone be all the glory in the name of Jesus. Just like our facilitator has said earlier, the coordinator, he has opened the way for communication. Therefore, Lord, communication will open the doors in the name of Jesus. Our youth, so many of us will be connected to the person of our purpose. And Lord, in the journey of our lives, Lord, you will be with us and guide us, that each one of us will realize the purpose for which you sent us here. Lord King of glory, that we will not misuse any of these opportunities. Thank you for the facilitators. Thank you for all that you will use today to impact knowledge on us. We submit ourselves to this learning, and we ask that to you alone be all the glory in the end, now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for yourselves again. Thank you very much. Welcome your neighbor to your left. Welcome your neighbor to your right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please a round of applause for yourself one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to say, still be upstanding, but I remembered I told you to take your seats. So can I kindly, once again, ask you and indulge you to be upstanding as we give reference to our dear nation of Nigeria. Please once again be upstanding for the national anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Please put your hands together for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. I observed that while the national anthem was going on, a lot of us were standing like we just saw a ghost. But it's okay. For those who are still in the generation before us, I would like to plead with the PAMSEC, our mother, that some of us are still learning the national anthem, and very soon we'll be able to properly sing it. If you believe yourselves, just imagine that you have an opportunity to earn maybe $1 million. While we were still having the introductory welcome address from me, and then the opening prayer, our very wonderful permanent secretary, in the person of Mrs. KJ Ruhoma Chinedu, the Rivers State Ministry of Youth Development, walked in. So, with a stand ovation and a clap ovation, please, can you help me welcome this very wonderful, amiable woman who has projected the priorities of Rivers youths to the rest of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, to give her welcome remarks, please put your hands together as we make welcome the Permanent Secretary, River State Ministry of Youth Development, Mrs. KJ Ruhoma Chinedu. Please, a stand ovation and a clap ovation as she comes forward.
Please, let's have our seats. Thank you. In our space, we'll have a very special way of greeting our people, our constituency. So when I say build the youth, you know what to respond. Build the youth! Build the youth! Build the nation! Okay, once more, it's my pleasure to have you all here. I want to particularly greet Professor Miebaka Tamna Mebi, Professor of Management and Human Resources, Rivers State University, who will be taking you your first lecture. I want to send my greetings also to the distinguished and esteemed leaders of National Youth Council of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter. I also want to greet our invited partners from development agencies and the private sector. We also have representatives of community-based and faith-based youth organizations. There are other distinguished youth leaders from the local government areas, participants, distinguished panelists that will do a great job this morning. I welcome all of us. Like I said earlier, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the official opening ceremony of the 2025 International Youth Day celebration in Rivers State. Every year, the United Nations sets aside this day to reflect on the role of young people in shaping the world. August 12th is the United Nations Day to celebrate youth in the world. Here in Rivers State, we have chosen to mark this celebration over 3 days, from today, 21st August, to Saturday, 23rd August 2025, with a blend of seminars, exhibitions, Thanksgiving and rededication service of Rivers Youth, and a grand finale celebration, which will feature awards to persons who have distinguished themselves in the youth space. This year's global theme, Youth Advancing Multilateral Cooperation through Technology and Partnerships, reminds us that the future of the world rests in the hands of young people who can work together across borders, cultures, and technologies to solve problems. At the same time, our local theme, which is fostering unity and peace amongst Rivers youth, speaks directly to our context. As we know, divisions within our youth bodies have weakened our collective strength for many years. This year's celebration provides a platform to heal from those divisions, to build unity, and to promote peace as a foundation for progress. Focus of Day 1. Today marks the start of a 2-day youth seminar. You will hear from experts, innovators, and entrepreneurs who will challenge us to think differently, to embrace technology, and to see partnership as a pathway to development. Young people will also showcase their talents in ICT, agriculture, creative arts, and innovation, demonstrating that the solution to many of our challenges already exists among us. I urge all participants to take this session seriously, ask questions, connect with one another, and carry forward the knowledge gained from here into your communities. Dear Rivers youth, this celebration is about you. You are the strength of our state, the heartbeat of our society, and the hope of our future. We see you as assets and not as problems. As we begin these conversations, remember that your role goes beyond learning and showcasing talent. You must also commit yourself to unity, discipline, and peace. In just over a week from now, Rivers State will hold its local government elections. The success of those elections rests heavily on you as you make up the largest voting population. Please do not allow yourselves to be used as tools for violence. Rather, be instruments of peace and guardians of democracy. On behalf of the Ministry of Youth Development, I wish to sincerely thank His Excellency, the Administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral Retired, Ibok Etekwe Ibas CFR, for his strong support and commitment to youth development. As we progress in the course of these activities, this celebration, you'll get to know why we say so. I also thank our partners, civil society organizations, and community stakeholders who have worked tirelessly with us to make this celebration possible. As we declare this event open, let us embrace the spirit of International Youth Day. Let us celebrate innovation, unity, and peace, and let us commit ourselves to building a Rivers State where the voices of our youth are not only heard, but also shape the policies and progress of tomorrow. I welcome you once again to this celebration, and I wish us all a successful and impactful program. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Please put your hands together once again for the Permanent Secretary, River State Ministry Youth Development. Please put your hands together. Thank you very much. She said a lot of impactful and strategic words. She conveyed a lot of impactful and strategic messages. I would like to reiterate, I would like to re-emphasize some of the things she said. She said, this is not just a summit or conference or seminar where you get to sit and not do anything. Here in our midst, we have resource people with expertise, with experience, with exposure that would share all they have gathered throughout the years in their different fields. And when that is done, all you need to do is to take from what they have shared to you, go back to your local governments, go back to your constituencies, go back to your wards and implement these things, so that by the time we come here next year, we will see Rivers youths thriving in the different sectors of the economy. Do we believe that? Do we believe that? So once again, Rivers youths, Rivers youths, Rivers youths. The PAMSEC said something. Exactly. We the youths, Rivers youths. Exactly, still the same thing. Play for yourselves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we begin this particular event with a workshop that will be...
I want to salute every youth here, including me, because I'm a youth. And so when they called me to give this special address, the first thing I did was to re-look at my age and wind it back to when we started in the River State. I thank the Permanent Secretary, the ministry, and everybody for finding me worthy today to give this lecture. It's not particularly an academic lecture, as we may put it, but it's a lecture to think over as we live here to our various local governments to think about what they have done for us and what we can do for them. First of all, I want to redefine technology, because a lot of it, and some of the most developing societies and developed societies today have only technology to thank. So we have to redefine our thinking of what is technology. Technology is no more sin. Technology, a connected world, multilateral cooperation is essential for addressing global challenges such as climatic change, health crisis, economic issues, and most importantly, our societies. However, many nations specialize this for the production of our system. Democratically, our system. Democratically, 62% of Nigerians are youths. Democratically. And by the definition of youth they gave me today, 35 years and below, then the 62% may be increased to 70% or thereabout, because the old people are dying very fast these days. So the world is for the youths. And how do we get the youth to be very involved in the things we do? The consequences of neglecting the involvement of Nigerian youths in global cooperation are profound. With over 70% of Nigerian population under 35, the potential of these demographics to drive changes cannot be understated. Their energy, creativity, and innovative spirit are vital assets in tackling pressing issues. Yet many young Nigerians face entry barriers such as lack of access to information, inadequate educational resources, and limited platforms for engagement. This marginalization leads to a missed opportunity for the Nigerian youth to leverage on the youth multilateral efforts worldwide, ultimately stemming progress, and not just for the nation, but also for the global community. The Nigerian community, for the Nigerian youth to develop, they go outside Nigeria. For them to participate in the global displays. Moreover, without active participation in international dialogue, the voices of Nigerian youth remain unheard, perpetuating a circle of exclusion and underrepresentation in creative or in critical global decisions. Solutions. To unlock the full potential of the Nigerian youth in fostering multilateral cooperation, cooperative technology, technology must emerge as a transformative tool. The digital revolution has reshaped The digital transformation has reshaped how societies operate, connect, and collaborate, providing unprecedented opportunities for engagement beyond geographical constructs. By embracing technology, we can create inclusive platforms that promote dialogue, that promote innovation, that promote collaboration among young Nigerians and their world counterparts. If I will draw your attention to our focus here, it is on our role in the global technological area. Now, how do we do it? One of them is access to information and education. Today, luckily, there are 287 universities in Nigeria. About 40 years ago, when some of us went to universities, there were only 6 to 7 universities in Nigeria. So we wouldn't say that we've not been doing well there. We have been doing well. But all of them are located within cities. I don't know why each local government of the over 700 local governments we have in Nigeria cannot own a university. Because they get so much money from the federal government that they can do it. In comparing what is happening in Nigeria to even the United Kingdom, for example, all local governments have bureaus. In Britain have universities. We don't have to travel only to the cities. The non-citized areas need also to be shown the methods of technology that are there. So when we talk about to build a computer center in his village, a computer center was built. The next year, over 200 people from his village enrolled in universities because of the availability of computer and the use of computer by the native community. And if we expand this further, we'll notice that the Nigerian system seems to talk only about the cities. I'm refusing to go into any political comment, so I will stick with the universities and the educational centers. But there are other things, there are also other methods of information that we can key into, and that is the global system of platforms, the global system of where people can access latent technology in the teeming areas are lost in it. They don't even know that technology has gone that far. But mind you, everybody in the local government has a phone. The question is, what do we even do with these phones? We are not educating people on the use of technologies at that point. Number 2, networking and collaboration. Networking and collaboration. Technology can create extensive networks, shared challenges. When I use shared challenges, we can think back of some of our platforms here and what are we doing. If we take the Niger Delta, for example, the topography of the Niger Delta is virtually the same thing with Vietnam. In Vietnam, they have used more of technology to develop, to farm, to educate than we have done. Platforms like Slack and Discord enable real-time communication, fostering teamwork and cooperation regardless of the physical location, productive thinking, Nigerian youths are having it the other way. Number 3, advocacy and awareness. Inspired by technological advancement, young Nigerians can utilize digital tools to champion causes that resonate with them, raising their awareness and advocacy for critical global issues. Social media campaigns, blogs, and podcasts allow these youth to disseminate information, mobilize support, and engage their peers in meaningful discussions. I want to just make a simple observation. It becomes very, very real. But in our climb, we are still going towards the backward nature of it. And I keep telling people that the only thriving industry so far in Nigeria, apart from the ones we have had, which would have been Nollywood, which is African films, you notice that the use of technology in them is even misdirected. A lot of stories, before the film begins, you know the end. Why? Because they don't have the connective and thinking power to create our situations. My child asked me, how can somebody who was acting a program of the late centuries be having good beers, good hair shapes, and then carrying a mobile phone in a film that is trying to espouse what the area then was like? We must learn to think very seriously. And I want to warn that our children, through this campaign, Port Harcourt, I went to university not built by our Okrika people, but by somebody somewhere outside Nigeria. What happened? The Rivers State government trained me. And when I came, I had 3 jobs, and I thought the best thing is to give back to the Rivers State. So I've been in the Rivers State University for the past 40 years, if not 43, teaching youths. And I can assure you that in the years of teaching, in the years of giving knowledge back to students and to people, there had been no better satisfaction than the fact that we are giving back to the Rivers State. Fortunately for me, whenever I go to play golf, I still meet Governor Dieter Spieth, and I still bow to him. Most times he will wake me up, stop lying down on the ground. But I'm not a Yoruba man. Anytime a Yoruba man salutes me, he lies on the ground. And I thought I should do the same to him. Because without him, I wouldn't have gone to school. And if we think about the likes of Sarowa in this area, these are some of the things that they did that has made Rivers State what we are today. We thank God for them. And we thank God for what they have brought in. Nigerian youth can amplify their voices and contribute to global initiative, not only at the global level, at the local government level, at the state level, and at every level that reflect their values and their aspirations. In Nigeria, we have very beautiful values. These values are being drawn back. We see our values, particularly in a place like the Rivers State, being choked up only when we have occasions. We have a lot of beautiful values, and I've transversed to all parts of the Rivers State. I had worked in Ndele, I had worked in most other places, all other villages in the Rivers State, and in our MOU projects, we have been talking about developing the Rivers State. But I can tell you, for free, only one local government got about 20 million naira from Shell and built a science laboratory. And it's in Andoni. It's not in any other place. They built a laboratory, built a science laboratory, employed people, the local government or the GMOU people, employ people to teach there every day. Today, the other working part of it is in Obiakpo local government, where we have a running insured hospital, where people can pick up a year's insurance policy and go there for treatment. I can tell you, in all the other places we went to, people are more interested in town halls. God knows why. In one of the areas we went to, they had good production of cassava, but no vehicle to transport the cassava to the point of sale. When we told them to buy a vehicle that can transport them to the point of sale, they were rather more interested in a town hall. There was a disused school building there which nobody is using. And when I looked at the population of the town, I advised them, couldn't this have been a better investment for water, for light, for transport, than for town hall. We should go above the town hall mentality. We should start thinking of other things and not town hall. Then innovation and entrepreneurship is the fourth principle, the first solution I have. In taking innovation and entrepreneurship, I'm coming from the perspective of a management scientist, and I want to make the point that individuals can be entrepreneurs as well as organizations. Organizations can be entrepreneurs, towns and villages can be entrepreneurs. If you know the story of Norway, Nokia is a simple town in Norway. They were producing woods until people stopped building ships with wood, and they moved into the upcoming technology, the mobile technology. Nokia, everybody in that town, sat down on the technological bench and built the first mobile phone that even reigned in this part of the world, Nokia. Nobody today in this hall that have never heard of Nokia. I want to remind you that Nokia is a town that got engrossed in entrepreneurship, and a town that got involved in innovation. And when you think about the phones we even have, how did they come about? It was simply by the desire of a woman who wanted to speak to her family in Poland during the Second World War, that the mobile phones we use today were designed and developed. She patented them, and it was only in the 50s, about the 60s, that the patents became realities, and by the 1990s, some two smart men produced them into what we are all using today, technology and innovation. They can be done by individuals, they can be done by the community. But I want to say that technology can also foster a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship among young Nigerians, empowering them to develop solutions to local and global problems. Though, through initiatives like most of the ones we have had a lot of initiatives, but through initiatives like technology, incubation, and the things we can do to break through the technological situation, the Nigerian youth can have the opportunity to showcase their unique perspectives, craft, solutions, and collaborative ability on projects that can have far-reaching impact. The proliferation of technology startups in Nigeria, like the fintechs we have, is a big example. The example is that OPay, for example, today is a fintech that is comparing with any of the biggest banks. In short, the banks have gone haywire because people these days are no more being trained for the organization. People are being trained for themselves. Now, if you train yourself and you become a very good computer genius, why will you go and work for one bank or the other in their fintech division when you can open your own? And that is what has been happening. In Kenya, the banks are almost taking a run because individual Kenyans have developed their technology into a situation where villages own their technology, villages own the things that are developing. I'm using Kenya as an example. I don't want to go too far. The Kenyan example is a very good that we can follow. In South Africa, technology has also gone very deep. But one thing that agitates my mind is not the examples from other countries, it's the fact that all of them that are developing there have Nigerians involved. All of them. Up to mining in Congo, up to whatever we are doing everywhere, Nigerians are involved. My worry, why can't we replicate this innovative capacity and entrepreneurship into our Nigerian space? Our Nigerian space is crying for movement. I can give a very straight example. There is no need why people should be producing Gari the way they produced it today. Gari production has gone better than that. I know examples of where machines are kept. In Delhi, for example, the machines are there, nobody's using them. Today, we talk about Loi Loi, people are quarreling. Oh, they put, there's a lot of Omo and so on in the production of Loi Loi. Somebody came to me and ran down. Must I stop eating Loi Loi? I say no. But what does it constitute? Cassava. Why can't all of us think about better formations of that, for example, into our own system? These are all technologies. And that is why I say technology has grown beyond what we see physically. Technology has gone to the level of the mind, the knowledge, and the brain. Technology is what infuses us. If you see what other people are using and you like it, think about it. Think about it. If you take the companies, somebody was thinking that Kodak is a man. Kodak is not a man. Kodak is somebody who started photography. But now it is going away. And if you take other mindsets, people buy what we call benchmarking. A lot of companies, BIM and all of them, buy what other people have produced, destroy them, and see how they can do better. In Nigeria, we've not destroyed anything. Rather, we keep buying the new products. And I can also tell you, if you take the technological development of JVC, John Victor and Company, and Sony Company, you see that the Betamax, which they did, I don't know whether many of you met the Betamax, did not last long because Sony hid their productive JVC also hid their productive capability. When Sony came, they made it too open. And so competition is there. Competition is there. The only thing the competitor is afraid of is the new entrant. So question, why can't we become the new entrant into some form of technology? The new entrant fears no foe, and then he brings down prices as much as he can. I want to conclude by saying that integration of technology into the framework of multilateral cooperation presents us a good transformative opportunity for Nigerian youths to take and talk about it in a way that we can act the roles and sharpen global views of it. We can start the technology in Nigeria. Why must China give us fun to fun ourselves? Why must China give us light to see in the night? What is happening to us? We've had about 60 to 70 years of university education, 60 to 70 years of technological education, and we have, for crying out loud, over 700 local governments to distribute this money to and to innovate. Technological competition can go within local governments, and we can see the development of how they are coming about. By overcoming barriers through enhanced access to information, networking opportunities, and platforms for advocacy and innovation, technology allows these demographic concepts to go away, and it transcends traditional uniforms. We are still wearing traditional limitations and uniforms in Nigeria. First and foremost, we don't want to talk about who is developing. We are talking about where the person comes from. I mean, that is wrong. The empowerment of Nigerian youth not only enriches the country, it also enriches the individual lives and that of the society. Our contributions as members of a society will be more directed towards what we can do for society. For example, by this time next year, when we come for the Youth Day, I don't see why every local government cannot have a computer house with about 2 to 3 computers where the local members can go and be learning computer. Not whenever they want to take JAMB, you rush these same children to Port Harcourt and have problems with transportation, accommodation, and what have you. There are a lot of things we can do in this direction. And it is important that we bring in all other eminent stakeholders, like the NGOs, the private sector, which we have done, and went into universities. We started hearing of computers. The Maths and Computer Science building, when I went to university, was about 7 stories. Today, the computer is on your palm, and we are still using it. AI is not going to do any good for us. It's not going to direct us towards anywhere. But what it's going to do for us is to enable us think, and think. And if you ask me, how can a country develop? The youths are here. Only 3 methods that can develop a country, I tell everybody. Method number 1, to increase productivity. Method number 2, to increase productivity. And method number 3, to increase productivity. Thank you very much for listening.
And I would like to hinge on that. How many of you remembered when he said Nokia is a place in Norway? You remember when he said that? So I would want to say something, that in River State, we also have a brand, a global brand. How many of you here have heard of the name of the designer brand called Okrika? Have you heard about it before? You travel outside the country and it's there. What are you wearing? I'm wearing Okrika. So can we agree? Our people from Okrika, can we agree that we brand it? If you're from Okrika, I want to hear you say, hey. We should start wearing Okrika, right? Proudly Okrika. Please put your hands together for them. I learned a lot of things. We will welcome our first set of panelists to come for the first panel sessions. So in the meantime, the next 2 minutes, we'll be having a musical interlude, and then we'll have the first set of panelists come. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for yourselves. All right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, would like to have our first set, or the first panelist to come on stage for the panel conversation, which is going to be centered on a very, very important topic. I hope we're not just coming here to sit and take notes without going back to implement them. The first panel conversation will be about youth perspectives on multilateral cooperation in the age of technology. Perception and perspectives affecting Rivers youth towards a diffusion of the culture of tension. Now, this is a very sensitive conversation which the resource persons will be here to talk about. As you write, as you take down your notes, please ensure that your questions are also properly written down, because we'll be taking questions after now. My name is Dave Robert, and I'll be your host for the event today. But to anchor the panel conversation, please make welcome as I bring up stage the panel host in the person of Miss Mayene Victory. Please put your hands together for her as she comes. She will be welcoming the panelists to come up stage with her also. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dave Roberts. Please, a round of applause for yourself. Build the youth. Since it's a panel session, it's going to be a very conversation. So if you have questions in the course of this panel session, you will be given an opportunity to ask your questions. It's a discussion we are having. Let me call it a family meeting. Are we together? Yes, so standing on all existing protocol, I would like to welcome and introduce each of the panelists. We have a lot of experts, resource persons that are going to be sharing knowledge with us and sharing their perspective on this topic, which is youth perspective on multilateral cooperation in the age of technology. So I'll be introducing the first panelist now. He's a lecturer in biology in Ignatius Ajuru University. He's also a microbiologist, a research expert. Please, a round of applause. Let's make welcome Mr. Saturday. Thank you, Akpa B. Please, a round of applause for him. Please Take your seat, sir. Please, let's clap till he sits down. Till he sits down, I said.
I said, baby, don't go. If you live
Anyway.
I know plan to go solo.
Okay, thank you very much. So, the next person I'm going to be calling on, I'm going to read her profile. She's a doctor. She's also a lecturer. We are really blessed with a lot of lecturers in our midst. She's also a lecturer in the Department of Peace and Conflict Resolution Studies at Ignatius Ajuru University of Education. She holds a PhD in Peace and Security Studies from University of Port Harcourt. So her areas is expertise in crime management, conflict analysis, conflict transformation, peace education, peace building, peace process planning, early warning systems, and conflict prevention. Please, with a resounding round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Uchendu Jennifer Matthew. Please. Thank you, ma'am.
A good woman coming from the Lord.
Thank you, yes.
They know they see her for marketing.
Wow, this session is really packed. And we have the next person I'm going to be calling on is a dynamic, multidisciplinary development strategist and social innovator with over decades of experience leading programs in oil and gas, CSR, government partnership, non-profit management, youth entrepreneurship, culture, education, health, and peace building. He has a track record of driving multi-stakeholders initiative, coordinating international partnership, and maintaining cross-sectorial programs beyond Nigeria. Let's make welcome Mr. Cyril Bie. Please, let's clap for him. We can do better than that. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, I didn't even introduce myself. So to anchor this panel discussion, my name is Mayene Victory Joseph. I'm a digital entrepreneur. I'm also, I lead an agency, a virtual assistant agency that is recognized globally. So I'll be your anchor for this session. Yes, so we have a lot of questions, and I believe the young people here have questions in their hearts as regarding the conversation we're going to be talking about today. But let me start with Dr. Uchendu. Let's start our conversation from how can digital technology, because since we started this summit, we've been hearing digital technology, we've been hearing entrepreneurship, we've been hearing peace building, we've been hearing a lot of things around youth advancing multilateral corporations through technology and partnership. Now, how can digital technology help young people in Rivers State to work together even more effectively? Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, ma. All protocol duly observed. When we are talking about technology and advancing towards youth sustainable development in Rivers State, technology has come to stay.
Exactly.
Whether you like it or not, it has come to stay. And so many countries have seen the need for us to use technology to advance financially, academically, and otherwise. So the government itself are making effective use of technology to help their citizens. And that is why Rivers State has deemed it necessary to organize this summit so that our youth can equally benefit. Now, looking at what can technology do for our youth, technology can do a lot for our youth, ranging from online collaboration. You know, when you're online, you have a lot of platforms online. We have this notion or perspective that when you post your positive aspect or success online, your village people will come for you. We forgot that online platforms are platforms that sell you better, expensive, but very cheaply. It's a platform that helps you to sell, reach thousands of persons. Helps you to meet people that you didn't even expect to scroll down your pictures and activities. So online platforms can help our youth to showcase their talents in different forms, ranging from WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok. Don't be surprised that most of our elderlies are now on TikTok. It will help you a lot. Project what you know how to do and how to do best. And before you realize it, a call can come in and you'll be heard nationally. What about e-learning and skill sharing and acquisition? Technology has made things easy for our youth. If you are determined to learn anything, I mean anything, just pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. You can go to so many apps. You can go to so many platforms. Learn more is there. So many platforms are there for you to learn and advance yourself. You want to teach people on the activities and events you already know? You just post. You may not even know whom you're helping. The beauty of it, use the platforms for the growth of yourself. Another thing we need to equally understand is digital advocacy campaign. There may be something that you found out that is not too good in your community. You can hashtag. You may not know who is seeing. You may not know who is reading your comments. It mustn't be protest or violent means. Just do your things in your platform, and you have reached thousands of persons, if possible, millions. I was shocked. A careless video I made, I just posted on my Facebook page. Before I opened the next morning, I saw 1 million views. I was like, so I can reach this far. That means if I use my platform for proper advocacy, that peace advocacy, peace building, peace transformation, or any form of advocacy, so many persons will hear me out. So technology has come to stay. The beauty of it is for us to use it for our effective development and sustainable development of the state. Other means is job networking. I don't have a job, but you have a phone on your hand. Technology can help you. Post out your expertise, what you are good at. If you're a teacher, post your qualifications on your profile. Post what you know how to do best. And before you realize it, you may not even know who needs you. Don't be afraid. When people say you're posting too much, your village people, I tell them, if my village people is there, I have a God. Don't be scared. Post what you know how to do best. And by God's grace, you may not know who is watching. What about entrepreneurship? You have that small shop there. You have a shop that you've been selling to people. You may not even know if your neighbor next street would want what you have. But because you are not online, and funny enough, almost everybody is online now. Almost everybody. And you may be selling as cheap as possible, but you're not making much sales. And you find out that just posting a particular beautiful picture or making it, packaging it, is another skill anyway. You need to learn how to package your goods. Because it's not just snapping carelessly and posting. People have to view it and see it at first sight and love it at first sight. So packaging is key. Sharing what you sell can help you market your brand. And before you realize it, you're making more sales than expected. Now, talking about access to governance and NGOs programs. There are a lot of grants. There are a lot of programs that are online They will not knock at your door and tell you, come and fill form. The forms are there. All you just need to know, go to the government website and find out what is going on. There are scholarships, both the ones for international and national scholarship. There are NGOs that are there waiting for who are of need for them to invest in. So it is important for us to use technology for our good rather than using it to fight ourselves. What about mentorship? Senior and professional colleagues who even stays abroad are just looking for one Nigerian that is very, very interested in that skill or that is talented. Let me just mentor the person. You may not know. Hiding ourselves under analog platforms will not help us. Rather, let's come out to be digitalized so that the digitalization of the globe will be for our youth and will be for sustainable development and financial stability of our youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for that. If there's one thing I can take from that, is that technology will give you visibility. Do we agree with that? It will give you visibility. Gone are the days where you say, I don't know anybody, I don't have anybody. If you have a smartphone, you are as powerful as anything. If you have a smartphone and use it effectively, you are as powerful as anything you can ever imagine. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that. So now we're going to move on to the next panelist. And okay, let's speak to you, Mr. Cyril. You are a social entrepreneur. Can you share an example of a project that you have worked on that brought young people together to solve a problem in Rivers State?
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
All protocol duly observed. Okay, so why are we here in the first place? Is to change the future and change today. That's why we're here.
Exactly.
To prepare for the future. Now, I lead the Center for Youth Entrepreneurship Development. I lead the Center for Youth Entrepreneurship Development. I've been in the space for a couple of years now. So I have experience. This is my experience. This is my story. What I want to share now is my story. All right. So the Port Harcourt Walk for Entrepreneurship was in 2017. I led it, and other young persons were also part of it. Now, what was that event for? It was to inspire young people to start taking, initiatives for their own betterment. I ask one question each time I meet young people. I say, how would you like to be remembered? How would you like to be remembered that you once passed through this space called the earth? Ask yourself that question. All right? And when we say be remembered, it's not in the negative, part, but it should be in the positive part. We have seen people who are creating, products. People who are setting up businesses, people who are doing a whole lot of things, people who are changing their communities. Why can't we be part of this, set of persons? So when we started the Port Harcourt Walk for Entrepreneurship, it's an initiative that was aimed at inspiring young people to start, businesses. And I'm sure that the ecosystem, the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Niger Delta and in Port Harcourt is growing. A lot of young persons are taking initiatives now. They are setting up their businesses. So how was that able to inspire people? As I do my mentoring, as I walk, I call a number of young persons, come and walk with me. Because the most important thing one gets in starting a business is social capital. There are a lot of persons who are, like she said, there are a lot of persons who are willing to help us to blossom in whatever initiative that we start or we want to start. So, but sometimes we think about money. Money is not there, money is not there. There are people who are willing to give you their time for you to start something. So what did I do? I talked to the University of Port Harcourt. I talked to Lagos Business School. I talked to each and every person that I've met in my life. Because I don't actually look at people, how much you can give me, because the money you give me will get finishing. What I want is, how can I use you to connect to the next person? So if you are here, what you should be thinking about is to network.
Exactly.
And then, because you don't come just empty, you should be able to have where your vision is being directed to. Where is your vision going to? So you have a vision on ground already. So the next thing is, how will I achieve this vision? And that vision, people make it happen. It is people that will make it happen. It's not the money. Because you can have so much million and you don't even know what to do with the money. What you need to do is start connecting. So I called these young persons. I approached the Ministry of Youth as well. They actually sent the commissioner to be part of that work, which gave us a reputational, power, recognition. And then the police said you need to get approval. What did we do? We got a letter from the Ministry of Youth to help us to facilitate that. So these young persons who volunteered, I had people who were working with me, photographers, those who were helping to do a whole lot of stuff, and then people were learning. It's inspiring for people to be part of what you are doing. Actually, most of those young persons, they've started something. It is either they are doing community development, they've gone ahead to set up photography stuff. It's not just the work, they've become part of the system of what we do. Yeah. All right? And so now I think again that most young persons should learn from today. Yeah. Yesterday was different. Technology has come to stay. I mentor with Google Hustle Academy, all right? And over 3 years now, it's Slack that we use, all right? And then the company is in Britain, in London, but all across Africa, people are joining, and people are learning. So what do you do with the smartphone that is in your hands? So I just wish that we should take, responsibility for our lives. Just take responsibility for your life. Nobody is going to live your life for you. And then again, I ask this question, how would you like to be remembered when you pass through this space called the earth? Thank you.
Please, a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is so profound. Sometimes we have this mindset that what we need is just money. The capital we need is just money. So Mr. Simi has just pointed out, apart from just the money, you need to have a good social capital. Because if you know somebody, if you know somebody in your network that can help you push whatever project that you have or whatever vision you have, is enough capital to start with. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now we are going to move on very quickly to the next question. I hope we are writing our questions down that we'll ask these resource persons, because we'll take questions from the audience when we are done very quickly now. So the next question is to you, Mr. Saturday. How can different organizations work together to support young people in Rivers State? Yes.
I want to begin by saying that first of all, for you to work together in achieving a goal, one, there must be an idea in place.
Exactly.
Because if the idea is not there in place, if you like, gather 7 million youths, at the end of the day, nothing will happen. And so the first thing we need to do, we need to come together as different organizations. Because as we are here, when I came in, I heard people saying, you registered under which platform? And so if these platforms can come together, but the challenge we have as youth is that you see the next platform as probably your perceived enemy that you may not want to work with. There is nothing wrong if 1 or 2 or 3 platforms could come together and brainstorm a particular idea and then form like a coalition. And then when you form the coalition, you now sell that your idea to the government. It will go a long way. And then another thing too, the government needs to do for us, especially the Ministry of Youth Development, is this. Because they are the drivers, our standard of living is like put in their hands. They are the drivers. They provide these platforms and make it easier for us to excel. And therefore, one thing that can help different organizations to do well in their life endeavors is for them to form this coalition. The government, the Ministry of Social Development, the Ministry of Youth, so many NGOs, private organizations should come together in Rivers State and make it a point of a duty that every year, each year, there should be a targeted number of youths or organizations that need to be given skills. And it's something we can do it. If we come up and say every year, let's train 50 youths or 10 organizations, and we are doing it consistently, you will discover that with time, in the next 10 years, you will see that a lot of the youth will be abreast with so many skills that will help us. So one of the things we can do is to form coalition. Another thing we can do that can help us is to share or to agree to share agenda. You know, most times, you may have the information, I may not have. But if you share that information with me, I may even add up something that you thought would not be possible. And so when we share these ideas together, you will see that all of us will work together, making sure that what you don't have, I have. Let me give you an example. In the university where we are teaching, TED Fund is always providing billions of money every year in the university. And that money will not be given to you just like that. They want you to write a proposal to them, bringing an idea of a problem you need to solve. And the laws of the TED Fund says that only your university, you can't just pick lecturers from your university. You must partner with other universities. They have a reason. There is a reason. The reason is that only you does not have the knowledge. Even if I'm in the Department of Microbiology in this university, the next person in the Department of Microbiology in that team, there are equipment the others have that I don't have. And so if we come together and then share this knowledge, that money will be given to me. And once the money is given to me, you will discover that the problem we are going to solve will help the society transform the society. And so it's not something that you say you do it alone. We need each other.
Collaboration.
We need collaboration to succeed in life. And that is exactly what is going on in life. And that is the reason why all of us are gathered here. So that we can collaborate and then make it happen in Rivers State. Another thing too that can help us, make so many organizations or youth groups succeed or do well in Rivers State is for us to have a divine clear roles. Divine clear roles. The roles we have must be clear. One, the government, the private sectors, non-governmental organizations will be there to be providing the fund. The youth also must be there because they are very close to the environment and they will notice the problem in which they are going to solve. You also remember that we make money by preferring solutions to troubles or challenges around us. And so if you're not prepared to bring out solutions to challenges around the environment, you may not be very successful. You may not be very successful. Because even the Aboki who is selling a kiosk, the aim of the Aboki is to bring goods closer to you because he doesn't want you to be trekking far. And so we must have ideas. And if we don't have these ideas, we might be gathering in the next 10 years and nothing will still happen. So it's not about, I belong to this, I belong to this is my group. The most important thing is that that group you're joining, that group in which you're participating, are you guys coming up with ideas that you can sell your group out? And that is the main purpose why we are here. And so we must have clear rules by the government, by the youth organizations, and then when these roles are cleared, it will help us grow a lot. And then another thing we need to do, we need to not to build a door of wrong. What I mean by build a no wrong door is this. If these platforms are created, let's assume the Ministry of Youth Development could come up and say our plans is that every year we are to develop 50 youths in Rivers State, well equipped. Now they can make it in such a way that it's going to be every year they make something like boot camp. Maybe that program can run for 1 month, for 2 months, where they train youth adequately. And after training them, what did they need to do? They set guidelines that the youth must follow these guidelines. And if you don't follow the guidelines, you are out. And then focus on these roles and rules and then maintain them. When once you see them maintain them, you discover that everybody will sit up. Because even you will know that if you don't follow the rules, you'll be out. But most times we don't do these things. Sometimes I will rather want to blame most of the times the government and then the youth. On the government in the sense that these rules, even if they set it, they easily compromise. Because they chip in either political or ethnicity or whatever. Instead of them looking at the youth, looking at the individual, looking at the organization. But sometimes they crop in these things and then the program is gone. I remember some years back in 2005, you remember that, I think it was Peter Odele, brought out an agency that promoted small-scale business. And I think the highest person won either 3 million, 3-point-something million. This was, what they did was, they printed forms and they gave it to people, and they were walking around the streets and they were giving it to people. Will you like to fill this form? Will you like to fill this form? Will you like to participate? And people thought it was fraud, so they never participated. So those who picked the form, filled the form, took time to fill in their ideas. They were invited to showcase the idea they have. And the person that won, did you remember the idea? How to package snail. Snail. He's not the one going to the bush to look for the snail, but how to package it. And with that idea alone, he was the number one. And he was from Abua, if you can remember. One Emwe de Loco, who won either 3-point-something million. As at then money had value. And I tell you, that singular money he won today, his life has been lifted up. And because he started a business, he did other things and then added with that thing. And so if these things are gathered and then we are following it strictly, we can do well as youth. Then on the part of the youth, sometimes we have this idea because politicians must have spoiled us, where they just give us free money. I don't like the idea of free money. If you have to brainstorm, if you have to do something before the money is given to you, well done. Well done. So that everybody will buckle up. Everybody will buckle up. I remember each and every one of us that have succeeded will have a story to tell. We didn't just rise from nowhere to somewhere. We started doing something. If I tell you my own story, and the stories other professors have told me, I remember my professor as a mentor who told me that he wouldn't have gone to school. That what he did, idea came. He struggled, got money, took form from University of Ibadan. He did not tell even his father because he knew his father could not train him. So what he did, he bought kai in those days, gathered his family members, all the family chiefs and elders. And then in that gathering, he presented the admission letter. And you know, in those days, they said, what? After he presented, he said he has gotten the admission and there's no money. What he needed was 120 naira. And there was no way he could go to school. So the family members, when he presented the matter, they said, what? Our son will not go to university? That is a challenge to them. And so they started contributing. He told me that they were contributing 10 naira, 5 naira. They contributed. And they only got 100 naira. It was still remaining 200 naira. 20 naira rather. And another man said, no, this money must be complete. So he went to his house, brought it to him. That is the only way he went to school. Today he's a professor. In short, he's not a professor. He's a professor emeritus. And that is life for us. So we must start somewhere. I started teaching in private schools. But today I'm a lecturer, isn't it? It did not take anything from me. I did not see myself as somebody who is suffering. But I saw those private schools as a platform in which to improve my knowledge. Isn't it? And today, here we are. And so I'm pleading with all the youth. There is need for us to come together to see ourselves as youths in River State. And if we come together, collaborate, brainstorm, we can do something better. And at the end of the day, our lives will be far, far better. Sometimes we say there are no jobs. There are jobs. If you have your ideas, bring it to the ministry. They will give you the opportunity. And I'm also pleading with the government. Please, if these funds are always available, let us always give it to those who are bringing ideas. And it is by doing that, you will discover that all of us will do well. Thank you.
So much. Thank you. Thank you. That is so profound. There's something that is very striking that he mentioned, which is the collaboration part. In fact, every panelist here have said something very striking. Dr. Uchendu mentioned technology for visibility. Mr. Cyril mentioned networking, social capital. You should be able to connect with the right people. And then Mr. Saturday has mentioned what? Collaboration. And he also mentioned your problem-solving skill. Be solution-driven. Whatever idea, if you find a problem around you should find a way to profile solution and work together to be able to what? Solve whatever problem you have and then start from where you are. These are wonderful points. Thank you so much. I don't know if we have questions from the audience. If you have a question, yes, let's have, yes, there's a hand in front of me. The person wearing white in front. Please, can we give him a mic? Is there a mic that we can give to him? Artful Media. So
Please,
if you have
a
questions,
question,
just keep your hand raised.
If you have a question, just raise your hands and I'll bring the mic over to you. Please, can we just have the numbers?
Let's
How
have
many
the
people?
numbers, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many questions do you want to entertain?
Okay, let's just take the 7 people that raised their hand. Please,
Okay, there's someone over there too.
Just one questions and in less than 60 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Obele Joseph Jr. Should I stand?
So that for media purpose, yes.
Okay, my name is Obele Joseph Jr. from LMA LGA. I just want to ask a direct question, and I'm borrowing a leaf from the professor's lecture and also from the last panelist.
Okay.
We have said so many things here about social media, technology, and from the professor's speech, he made mention of we youths using social media, most especially TikTok, for the wrong purpose and not serving the actual purpose like we see in other Western world. And he also mentioned the point that Nigerian youths, and I also want to state as well that Rivers youths, are part of world development outside Nigeria, but not so much in Nigeria. So my question here now is, putting all of these factors in place, that's us using social media for the wrong reasons, us also using technology for the wrong reasons, like guys just learn technology only for the fact that they want to hack people's phones and all of that. How do we now come up with a solution for youths to now change that orientation of using social media and technology for the wrong reasons and start using them for the right reasons so we can achieve the progress that we intend to achieve?
Thank you. Okay, so the question is, how do we change the narrative whereby youths can be able to use technology for good? So, okay, Doctor, yeah, go ahead.
The only way I know and I've researched on that we can change the negative aspect of presentation, because whatever you project in the social media is your identity. If you project to be a man that ties rapper as comedy, we will not identify you when you dress like a man outside. It is only when you tie that rapper that we can always say, oh, this person, I know him. So if we must project our identity as Nigerians, we must project that our culture is positive and not negative. That is one.
Yeah.
Secondly, we should equally present ourselves as peace builders, not violent. Most of the content you see they post on social media, mostly TikToks overseas, you can hardly see a white person presenting their culture negatively. But if you open TikTok or Facebook, you will see a lot of things. In fact, it is believed among our youth that you need to get crazy before you can be recognized on Facebook, WhatsApp, social media. You must be crazy. And you see a full-grown adult wearing pants and bra, showcase even with the husband. And they will tell you that that's the only way people will recognize you. It's a lie. Think on how you are going to bring good news or something meaningful to the society. Because you may not know whom you are being mentored. I tell you, there's one lady, when I was little, she's always admired by everybody in our family. Oh, Auntie Jay, Auntie Jenny, Auntie Jenny, Auntie Jenny. I was like, when I grow up, I'll be like this woman. Everybody loved her because of her good character, the way she appears and all the rest. And you may not even know whom you're touching live, negatively or positively. And that is why we always preach for peace education. Anywhere we talk about peace education, because peace building, peace education goes hand in hand. And there is no way we can actually project or advocate for such things if not for summits like this. So you are most privileged to be part of this summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next question.
Okay, so this Mr. Saturday wants to add to that. Just in 30 seconds. Just in 30
Let me just add by saying that for us changing the narrative of using TikTok
Technology
for
for
the
good.
wrong reasons. You know, everything in life starts from the brain,
the
of our
mindset,
mind.
yeah.
Another problem I have in Nigeria is that our education system has not been able to develop our mind in primary school and secondary school. Because the question you need to ask yourself if you're using social media is, whatever thing you're posting, when people see it, what impact are you creating in them? And if you can answer that question, then you will stop using it for the wrong and then use it for the right.
Okay, yeah, thank you. You want to add? Okay, you want to add? Okay, 30 seconds. Please.
Okay, it's always good for you to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? Don't forget, how would you like to be remembered? Because you have said already that whatever you post online remains there forever.
Yeah.
All right? Your identity. So it is your thought that you are expressing. Take, for instance, if you send a connection request to somebody, they first view your profile. Who is this person? Where is this person coming from? Sometimes they might not accept you because you are not aligning with their own philosophy about life. So it is important that each day we wake up and drop something online. Remember the narrative you are sending. It's not just you that is affecting. It's also affecting a whole lot of persons who are seeing what you've dropped. Thereby, they might come back to you for this reason or that reason. So remember that you're sending your image to the world. When you want to contest, if you are going for politics, they might want to review what you posted. In fact, there is a law that the US just put forward now that they are going to look at your Facebook or your social media profile for 5 years.
Yes.
So if you have been sending something online that we are not in tandem with what a positive society should be, then you have a question to answer. So the narrative should start changing. Even when you are doing it in Rivers State, project the one that will benefit everybody, not the one that will divide people along the line. Thank you.
Thank you. Next questions, please.
Build the youth.
Build
the youth.
Build the nation.
My name is Comrade Emmanuel Debrie from Opoponkoro. Mine is going to be a little bit different for what we are discussing. This entirely Youth International Day. We're talking about technology here, River State were known for an oil state. If you go to the oil field, the multinationals, we normally see our youth not being fitting into vibrant positions, into an oil field where you can see Rivers youth standing out, or any youth from River State standing out in lucrative office. You only find our people supporting. So I'll be of the advice to the Ministry of Youth to also think towards that direction. It's not always training people only on computers, not only on Facebook. What about the oil, natural endowment God has deposited in River State? We should make use of those areas too. Vocational training, training our youth to fit in on that IOCs, multinationals. It will do us a very good thing.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's not a question, that's like an opinion and suggestion. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for him again. Next question. Please, in 30 seconds, so that we can be faster. We have less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, my name is Joseph Deprier. My question is directly to the government body and to our lecturer that are here too. When are we going to stop the dichotomy between the HND and BSc? Because most times we are talking about technology, the HND people actually pass through technology. Now when you come out with HND, there's always a dichotomy. Even when you want to do your MSc, you pass through a lot. So that is question number one. Then the other one is that the youth also needs the website and the contact of all those relevant organizations that can help to front us or to front what you are doing. The other one is the ministries should always make it public when funds are available. In case you have an idea to build something, you may not know if the funds are available. Universities should make it, the process of assessing the trust fund flexible, because through my MSc program, to try to get the fund, but it's no way you can't get it. So these are my few questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, the first question, the dichotomy of what? We didn't get that part. BSc and HND. Okay. So which of the panelists wants to take this?
Okay, in that BSc and HND discrepancy is something that it's not the lecturers that will resolve it. Except we are saying we, the Ministry of Youth, we can go through the Ministry of Youth to Ministry of Education to say, no, let us put an end to this division between BSc and HND. That's the only way we can do it. Because we don't make policies for the education. It's in the hands of the Ministry of Education. They make these policies. And one thing in Nigeria is that when they bring up a thing, after some times, they have a way of rubbishing that thing. There was a reason for BSc and then HND. If you watch well, the HND people we are trained to be more skilled than the BSc.
Yeah.
BScs are just noisemakers. These ones are skilled workers, and they were supposed to be technicians. If it were to be developed country, they would have been placed even ahead of BSc. But in our own country, it's a different thing. So what we need to do, that is what we are talking about, collaboration. If all of us can come together through all the platforms we are using to register our members and say, okay, let's approach the Ministry of Youth. That through this ministry, we can write to Ministry of Education that, please, this is what is disturbing us as youths in Nigeria. Please, let's find a way to remove this division between BSc and HND. The government will hear us. Or we can approach a senator so that you can write a bill and present it to the red chamber. So these things can be done. That is the only way it can be done.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, a round of applause.
Thank you very much. One more question from here, and then we'll take two more.
Thank you. My name is Atuze Collins, Romadolu Youth Obiabo. I would want to thank the panelists Saturday. You've talked so much about collaboration, sharing of ideas, and what have you. Honestly speaking, one serious hindrance that do not enable youth share ideas is intellectual theft.
Yeah.
It's a very serious factor. A whole lot of persons are reaping today from ideas that did not originate from them. And then it's something to worry about. What is the government doing? What legal framework do we have put in place to ensure that when an idea emanates or is born from a source, and then there's theft in between as a result of collaboration and sharing of such ideas? We hear about tribunal departments, as it were. Those are very active with not NAFDAC, what is it called? The feeder. That is the only active tribunal section you have. But as concerned intellectual theft, you cannot pursue because litigations are very expensive. And those who actually come halfway, those who you run to share ideas, and they have the refining ability, they make the money out of it. And you, the originator of the idea, is kept aside. So what is the government actually doing to ensure that intellectual theft is put to a stop? That when an idea actually emanates from someone, that person has to be a beneficiary of such ideas that comes from him or her.
Thank you very much for that question. Okay, Mr. Cyril, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll speak to this question from the business development perspective. Now, you will not say that there are no frameworks at all that the government have put in place. But I think what we need as entrepreneurs is strict credibility. You should be able to be aware that there are those who probably will steal your ideas from you. But let me say this, nobody can implement your idea better than you. Your vision is tied to your idea, and your idea is tied to that vision. But you need to have some level of protection for yourself. One of the things you do, personal suggestion is, don't release everything at the same time. No. And as you're doing that, there's what they call, I'm not a lawyer, but I've learned about this, there's what they call paper trail. All right? So that you'll be able to review what you have sent to this person. Oh, Mr. A, I have this idea. He will respond. What kind of idea is that? Okay, idea is about it. Now, if you think that this person has taken your idea, bring it forward. And then there's going to be a legal intervention, all right? And they will see that, oh, there was actually an email address, an email that was sent to this person on so date, all right? And then these are things that people should be able to do. But if you just develop an idea and you wake up and you just carry all of them and package it and give to somebody, if he steals it, it's your problem, it's not his problem, because he did not take, measures to protect that which you have, all right? Now, there are trademarks. If you don't want any plenty wahala, if you have the money, do trademarks, do copyrights, do everything that has to, make that idea your own. Besides that, don't blame anybody that steals your idea. First of all, do the needful. Do your own personal background endorsement for the idea before you push it forward to any other person. And again, know the person you are collaborating with. It's important. Because if you share a vision with somebody and you're sensing some things that are not okay with, pull away from that person and go to another person who you think share the same vision with you. Mind the friends that you keep. There are idea stealers all around.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Last question, right? Mr.
No,
David?
we have about 3 more, but they are going to make it very snappy. Please, straight to
Okay,
the
can we
point.
take all the questions at once? Let's take the 3 questions. How about that? So that we can answer them at once because of time.
Build the youth.
Build the nation.
Yeah, my name is Victor Ihunda from Obiakpo local government. Mine is not actually a question, but a contribution to what is going on here. Yeah, we're talking about advancement of youth through technology. I want to say that most of the youths in Nigeria are talented, but there is a particular challenge we are facing. And what is that challenge? Because we are talking of collaboration. What is that challenge? You find out that if you are writing to an international organization, once it is noted that you're from Nigeria, there is this clocks, a negative clocks in you. So on that note, since this is a youth event partnering with government, I want to say that government play this role of regulating the digital space, because you know that the digital space has made the whole world be like an air in a ball. You know, we are connected to each other just in a single space. So it gives us opportunity to excel. But some of us, because of that notion that we are from Nigeria, it gives us a barrier to excelling. Away from that, quality control is also part of it. Now, if for instance you create a content, you find out that if you want to excel that content internationally, because you're from Nigeria, that barrier is there. So the government need to play a role to ensure that our quality control is active. So it's a kind of contribution, not a question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Noted. Contribution noted.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Amnaya Choma. When you were speaking, you mentioned the visibility and selling your products, your digital products online and ebooks. Aside Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, what other social media platform can you use to sell your digital products online?
Okay, I think that question is looking like something I should answer. Okay, now, the product itself, it depends on what you want to sell. If you are a professional, right, and you want to attract an audience of professionals, LinkedIn is your best bet. Okay? So you need to know where the people you are looking for, the people who will buy whatever product or service you're selling, where will you find them more? I think that's the platform you should focus on first. Okay? So if you sell maybe little products, maybe hair, shoe, or any of those products, or you're a baker, then you should be looking at Instagram and TikTok, because that is where you find your audience more. Even Facebook Marketplace, if you're selling products, you know, these are places you will find the people, the audience that need that product or service. So you should just look for a platform where your audience are, and that's where you can do your research too.
All right.
Where can I find this audience more? And then you focus on it.
Okay,
So,
thank
yeah.
you very much. One
Go
other
check,
question from here.
Go check GoFundMe. In GoFundMe, you'll be able to just write out what you're doing, your specialty there, and then it will pop you to some group of professionals.
All right.
And from there, you kick off.
And also put your business on Google My Business so people can find you on Google search too. Yeah.
Good
Last
afternoon.
question. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the PALMSEC, the professors here, the panelists, and everyone present here. I am Oboku Mailodipe from Abua Udwa local government area, the past deputy coordinator, Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, and coordinator, Rivers State Community Voices, under the office of the SSA to the President on community engagements. I'm speaking from, let me say, representing those in the rural areas who do not have what it takes to, you know, to present themselves there, so to speak. I've been into community development for over 12 years, and I know that we have a lot of people. We have the real deals, people with great ideas, mind-blowing ideas in the rural communities, okay? And if we are talking about using technology to get out there, what can the ministry do to assist or to promote those in the rural communities who do not have what it takes to be out there? Secondly, although someone already, talked about the stealing of ideas in quotes, but I had already written it down to say that, please, what can alternate the presentation of proposals to get support for business development and all that? Because just like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, and I've also been into business for years, and I know what it means to write a proposal and present your proposals to people that you think can actually be of help, and you're seeing it, openly, that your idea or your proposal is being used elsewhere. Even though we know that as the person carrying the idea, no one can implement it as much as yourself. We know how painful it can be that this is your proposal. So please, for those of us who are tired of writing proposals, what can alternate the presentation of proposals for support? Thank you. Finally, please, is it possible for the ministry to have representatives in rural communities who can be, their eyes, so to speak? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. That was like 3 in 1. So I think that's the last question. Dave, that's the last question, right?
No, we still have 2 more. We still have 2
more.
Or 3. Just 3 more, and then we are done.
Let's answer to that one, yeah. Let's take it. Mr. Sirium.
Okay, I think it also is a reference to what he was saying about
theft,
intellectual theft, idea theft. I think we've answered in passing that, again, you have to protect your side. Now you're asking us for an alternative to proposal writing. There's no how you can do business without collaboration, all right? So you must still engage with people, all right? You say, give me this. They will say, okay, give me the business plan. Well, how much do you want? Let me see your idea first. It's possible. That's what's going to happen, okay? But then, there are other ways you can get support. International grants are all over, everywhere, all right? If those ones, they don't ask you plenty things, and you also know that these people are sincere people. You also look at the reputation of this person you are connecting with. It's important for you to look out for the ingredients that make some persons who want to give you grant. In Nigeria, sorry to say this, things are going somehow. There is character crisis, so to speak, in Nigeria as it were. So trust is no longer there. And so the business climate is just like what you're saying. Everybody is scared, everybody is skeptical, and they are just withdrawn somehow. But that will not stop you. You have an idea, like we mentioned. It is only you that can implement that idea. So start at a level where you know you can have the resources, to implement what you want to do, and then scale. But if you have one big lofty idea, I tell you, as God is giving you that idea, He's also giving it to another person. That is how it works in business world. As you have said, you may think it's your idea that they have stolen, but because you just gave them an insight, they say, oh, this is what we can do with this thing and all that. But try as much as possible to scale small. Whatever idea you have, protect it, like we have said, small, do it small, and then I tell you, God will help you to succeed. But Nigeria is going to change. Thank
you very much.
Please, also, instead of proposal, go for concept notes. Concept notes are shorter view of what you have in mind. But proposal exposes your idea more. So if you're to tell somebody that I want to go on, for instance, what my colleague says, packaging of snail, don't tell the person the ingredients that are being used, that is expected to be used in the process. So go for concept notes. Ask your GPT. They will help you to give you a better knowledge on how to write a concept note. That will protect your idea from the public space. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Dave Roberts, the last question, I guess.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Omroka Edwin from Amowa local government. My question is very simple. Now, I heard build the nation and build the youth. Now, my question is that after building the nation as a youth, who are those who are responsible for the reward? That is one. Two, as a youth, we have thousands of graduates in Nigeria, especially River State. You can say most of us came from a poor background, but our parents will start struggling to make sure that they train us in high institution. After graduating, you can see that you are going back to farm to do whatever. If, for example, if I'm given opportunity to work or to work as a civil servant, I don't have chance to go and work, to go and steal, or to go and kidnap. Most of things are, if there's no work, some people that no work, there's no way. It's giving us what? To kidnap, to do what? To steal, to join cultism. You can't tell me that maybe if I'm involved in any engagement in government prostata, that I will go and steal, because there's no chance for that. Build the nation. So the youth want to know those who are responsible for the reward after the youth building the nation.
All right, let me answer that question. We're here to see how technology can help you. Technology can help you. You're done with your schooling, you're a graduate and you don't have a job. That phone you're holding as you're peeling that cassava, show us the process of gari making. It will earn you dollars. That's what we are saying. It will earn you money. It's not all about job creation, job creation, job creation. Technology has come to stay. Let's see how we can use technology, digitization of the globe, to see how we can use it for our own good.
All right.
Thank you.
Much.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is I am Comrade Nkuche Edward Afio from Oyibo. Please, my question is this. Okay. All right. We have been advised to learn multiple skills. When you are out of school, engage yourself meaningfully. Yes. Vast majority of our youth have done that. I am an example. I have more than 2 skills since I graduated from the university. I want the Ministry of Youth to give us an idea. I know I might know 1 or 2, but I want to hear from you to advise us. In what way you're talking about advancing multilateral cooperation through technology? Technology is the key word. What do we do with these skills that we have? There is no job. Most of us are not, we don't have the idea of technology. What do we do? What are the platforms that we need to engage ourselves in order for our skills to be useful? Thank you.
Okay, I think I should answer that question. So first of all, especially in the digital space, if you're making reference to digital skills, I think the most important thing is to join a community. Because if you have a skill, especially in the area of technology, striving on your own can be difficult. But when you have a community, you can go really far. Like here in Port Harcourt, I belong to a lot of tech communities, and I can tell you this, there's no day they don't post opportunities. If they are not posting job opportunities, they are posting voluntary opportunities, international opportunities. Even myself, I own a community where I post opportunity for skills people that are in virtual assistance space. So the first thing when you learn a skill is not to be in isolation. It's for you to join communities. Because with community, you will be able to grow faster. Tech is a leveler. Whether you just learned a skill now or you've been in the industry 5 years ago, you can get opportunities that can pay you very well when you're in the right community or in the right circle of people. That's what I can add to that. Thank you. Did not clap for me. Is it because I'm uncle? All right.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Ezebunwo Gladys Choma. I want to start by saying that we are grateful for this wonderful event. The speakers have spoken so well. But I want to give my little contribution. The last speaker, I think is the lecturer, he talked about boot camp. In Nigeria today, we've come to realize that government don't sponsor, should I say, the educated people, the people that have the brains to do the work. Instead, in Nigeria, like what the first speaker was talking about, you have to go naked to show the world before they can even see you. For example, talking of BB Niger, to me personally, I don't know what we are learning from that program, but that program has stood for 10 good years and they are still surviving. And at the end of the day, somebody is going home with a sum of 80 million, 50 million. But when you come to education, when you come to enlighten the people about things like this, you see the government going back. By the time you struggle and struggle and struggle, they can just give you maybe 5 million naira. That's not an encouragement to us. That's why many Nigerians today, they want to japa, they want to go to another country, because we feel that we are being celebrated there more than our own country. So I want to appeal that the government should look into this and encourage us by setting up a boot camp, just like the last speaker said. 2 months, 3 months intensive training. I think we will go a long way and Nigeria will be a better place for everyone to live. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much for that contribution. Okay, so let's have final words from the panelists as we wrap up. Final words from each of the panelists. I think we have really taken time to discuss this conversation. So let's have final words from you. We can start with you, Mr. Saturday. Final word. In less than 30 seconds, if possible.
Okay, I will conclude by saying that as youths in River State, don't give up. Even if opportunities are not available now, tomorrow opportunities will come.
Yeah, thank you. Please, a round of applause for that. Don't give up. Yeah, Mr. Cyril.
Okay, for me, I will always emphasize on do not pass through this world unnoticed. And then remember yourself. How would I like to be remembered when I'm out of this world?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Build legacy. Yeah, in summary. Thank you.
For me, I would say you are the eyes of everyone. Project yourself positively. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for the panel session. I think with this, we've come to the end of this panel discussion. Please, a round of applause as the panelists go back to their seats now. Thank you. DJ.
Please put your hands together for the panelists as they go back to their seats. Building youths, ladies and gentlemen, we're gradually coming to the wrap of this particular event here today. But before we do that, I am sure that item 7 has already been shared to some of us. Please indicate if you haven't taken yours so that your coordinator will bring it to you. Do not scramble for anything. The necessary requirements have been made for your benefit. The coordinators would get your food items and then bring it to you. So sit at your seat and receive them. While that is going on, please, we will like to make welcome one of the guest resource persons who would come in to take us on the first workshop and introduce us into how we can practicalize these things that we have learned. Now, I will tell you something for free. How many of us believe we're intelligent people? If you're intelligent, raise your hands up. All right. And I know there are people who are not so intelligent also. Now, intelligence comes from intentionality. You want to learn. You want to know. You want to understand. This particular person I'm about to bring up stage is someone who is very intelligent, and he will share with you some intelligent modes or intelligent means to addressing issues. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we make welcome our first resource person for the workshop segment in the person of Mr. Inime Koko. Please put your hands together.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and great Nigerian and River State youths. This is supposed to be a very practical session. I know that we're used to International Youth Day being celebrated with fanfare and eating, drinking, and things like that. However, a lot of your questions have been directed at what you want the ministry to do for you, what you want government to do for you. I'm not going to ask you what you are going to do for the government. I'll ask you how ready you are to collaborate with what the government has in store for you to go to the next level. Before we go into that, how many of us want to Japa? Can I see your hands? Be honest. No need to feel shy. How many of us want to Japa? Okay, let's do it. If you want to Japa, say Japa. Can you see how loud that was? So already, why do you want to Japa? What is it in that place that makes you want to Japa? Sorry? Can we have the mic for them? Mic, please. Please, can they have, I need to get the responses. Why do we want to Japa? Ladies first. Please, can I get a microphone to go to the participants? Who has the microphones? I don't fancy this.
Good day, everyone. My name is Victor Sunday. I'm from Abuado. You know, here in Nigeria, you see that we the youth, we don't really have opportunities. If you travel other countries, you see a lot of changes. Even the youth are being carried on in their public activities and all that. In Nigeria here, we don't. Mostly in the local area, we don't have support. So that's why you see that many Nigerians would like to go abroad and travel to leave the country. We don't have the necessary things, the basics to support the youths, honestly. So that's why we Nigerians, we want to move out.
I like that. Do you agree with him? Do you agree with him? Okay. So, please, who is in charge of the media? Can I get...
Build the youths.
All right.
Build the youths. I'm Comrade Ethel Bat Philip from Okrika Local Government.
When our director said, how many of you wants to Jackpa? I was very happy because Jackpa is a very good thing. Yes, because I have a cousin brother. He's a barrister. After university, he got a job, and it was not easy for us, all of us. He had us to take care of. He had himself to take care of, and he tried to save some.
Are you going to say something different from what he said?
No. Yes, I want to say something from what he said. And he traveled abroad, and right now he's working in cheap places, and the guy is sending us money. He has started the project in the village, something he has been unable to do all this while. Now he's working in this, he's taking care of everybody in the family. So me too, I want Jackpa so that I can take care of other people. Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't know why that attracted applause. There's somebody here. Somebody raise a hand here. Hold on a minute. Please, if you are a part of this program, can you be seated and pay attention? If you are a part of the program, can you please be seated and pay attention? It's a summit. It's not a marketplace.
Build the youth. Build the youth. I remember my humble self, Comrade Abelujo. And when the question is put that how many of us will want to Jackpa, and I raised up my hand, knowing too well that in Nigeria here, a whole lot of things doesn't go the way it should go. We make law, we don't implement the law. We set up a program, even when people are trained. In the process of empowering the people is not there. You see that there is weak support, if at all, if there is any support. So, and when we see that we have some of the ideas, and when we sell it out there, the Western world, we appreciate it, and we see a way to build you more and support you. So everybody will want to scramble to go towards those areas where whatever be the ideas that they have, they can sell it through and scale. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you too. God bless you too. Please, from this side. No. Take to this side. I'll just take... You already
Thank
have
you.
it.
My chairman, even though now you go like to Jackpa. You go like...
You can't be too sure of that.
No pretend. You see a country that a civil servant cannot build a house. A man that served 30 good years.
Wait, hold on.
Cannot be able to build a house.
Did I tell you that I don't want to Jackpa? I only asked you a question.
I say even you go like.
I'll continue.
A bag of cement in this country is 10,500, and the salary of a civil servant is 30,000 in a month. In Nigeria here, we cannot be able to get, we pay for electricity, cannot be able to get light. In Nigeria here, you see pole to pole, you will see policemen standing and collecting money from bus drivers. From there, the transportation will increase. You don't want to Jackpa, me I read you. Ma keep on mentioning them.
No, it's okay.
You see a country that there's the people that are evil than the good people. Look at what happened. And that kind of person, oh, what is it?
I'm not giving him. I'll not give him.
Yeah.
I'll not.
No, I never finish.
See, when I will send it there, you will not give them.
Wait, that kind of person is being celebrated. Even governors are. How will I talk about this country, sir? Where will I start from? Somebody that did something that Nigeria is supposed. Have you heard that such thing happened in international country? In my history, I've never heard it before. But in Nigeria here, people came up and started celebrating that person. Volunteering, giving international trips, giving dollar salary and all that. So Nigeria, uncle, me and you go Jackpa. Thank you.
Okay. That's way. Someone there. Sorry. Somebody from this side.
Build the youth.
Yeah.
So, as for me, I will like to Jackpa. because Nigeria government is not making life easy for her citizens. Nigeria government is not making life for her citizens. This is a country whereby they spend billions of naira to revamp Port Harcourt refinery, and today that refinery is no longer working. Nigeria is a government whereby when you speak up, they will start looking for you in one way or the other to bring you down.
Who are they? Continue, please.
Sir, myself, I want to Japa because even when the government brings opportunity of this kind to us, after being trained, whether 6 months or 4 months or 1 year, at the end of the day, they will leave you to go back home, wasting without your knowledge. So I don't think there is any reason for us not to Japa, because Nigeria is not a good country where people like us should remain. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I won't take any more of that because we are around the same thing. However, there'll be enough time for people to talk. However, okay, you want to talk? Are you ready to stay here till 5 p.m.?
I'm on.
Are you ready to stay here till 5 p.m.?
Hello.
In that case, we'll manage time. So, since we've agreed that we're not going to stay here for long, please allow me to regulate the time that we spend on each activity. Yeah? The purpose of this session, what I'm doing right now, is set the mood and the stage for us to go into a technical session. So far, you've expressed your disillusionment with the government, with the country. There was an American president who asked not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Now, we're not asking you to do anything for Nigeria or for your state, but for yourselves. How can you partner or collaborate with the government to change the narrative? That's all that you're being asked for. Nobody's asking for anything else. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to do that? When I asked for Japa, the place was loud. Are you ready to partner and collaborate with the government? I'm not convinced. Are you ready to partner with the government? Thank you. So, in that light, I need to ask you some questions. When you got the invitation to come here as a delegate or participant, it's not a political function, what came to your mind? What were your expectations? What were you expecting to come and meet? Yep. Mike, to that one. There. There. I'll take two expectations, one male and one female. She's not, we can't hear her. What were your expectations when you got the invitation?
My expectation is, the last time, the same program, I didn't see anything. So when I received the text, I still said the same word and the same plan and the same word that will be given to us. That is what I will be seeing, is what I'm even seeing now. What I'm expecting is what I'm seeing. So I don't know after today if we are going to get a different narrative. I don't know.
All right.
But what I was here last year, so I'm still seeing the same thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Were you at, sorry madam, where was the last year activity held? This same place? Was anybody in IYD last year? Was anybody else in International Youth Day last year? Where was it held?
Yes.
It was held in NBO. It wasn't held here. Please give the mic to someone else. I'll come back to your matter. Someone else.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Umbo Uzoma Cecil from Oba Ebima Andoni Local Government. Just like the question you asked, yesterday I got the message to be here today. Normally I was supposed to go for work today, but when I heard it, I was like, okay, let me come today now to see if I will hear something different.
Something different.
And
the
then
same thing you said.
Hear something that will maybe change my life from today. But from what I'm seeing here, it seems it's the usual thing. Because we are all here seated now waiting for a very constructive information that we hear and then build from today that will change our life. But it seems what I usually hear in other conferences is still the same thing. So my question now is, what are we, all participants here, going to benefit from coming here today?
Okay, beautiful. No, give him the mic. What would you consider constructive engagement?
Okay. If you say constructive engagement.
I use your own words.
Okay, I am here today. I'm a graduate. I've graduated since 2015. I do not have a job. What I do practically is going out every morning when I hear there is anything to do elsewhere, I do it, come back home and sit and use the money in the little way I can. But that alone cannot keep me going. Every day I submit application online and offline and nothing happens. And I know that this experience I'm facing is not just me alone. Everyone here is facing the same thing. Okay? Now when you ask of something constructive, as I'm here today now, any of you there standing here opposite me now is now telling me, for you coming here today, I'm assuring you that we have a job for you. If you have any proposal you have at hand, any project at all, you need a finance, you need money to finance it, to push it to the next level. You have a project, you have an idea. We are here to fund you. We are here to finance you. And we are here to help you grow in it. And we can start even now. That is what I want to hear.
Okay, thank you very much. A round of applause for him. Please give the lady that was... Pay attention to me. Give her. Yeah. You said the same thing happened last year. What would you like to be done differently?
What I'm expecting is, as we are here now, as you have said, we should...
Okay, the same thing.
What he has said now, showing us where we can walk or show us road. Like my younger brother, last year he's 7 and he's supposed to travel next week. I told him to stay and serve. What he told me was, Auntie, this Nigeria is not for youth. And he's traveling next week. I even persuaded him to, because my mom traveled to US last week. I said he should wait. He said, no, he's not going, he's not waiting. That the country is not for youth. That's what I'm saying. And the program that was aired last year was not in NBA. It was the year before last what I was in. I was still in that one. I don't know, maybe by next year I will not be, I'm almost out of youth.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, now, I can see why people are not paying much attention because they think it's the same thing. That's the same issues, Abby? My friend, the other one who just, the one before the lady, has anybody asked you in any of the programs you've gone to what you think should be done? Have you been asked before? Madam, have you? You have? Okay, if you haven't, that should be an indicator that this one is a bit different. And if I were you, I would have some faith. That's number one. Number two, you can't get anything in life if you don't try and try and try again. You might be shocked that that last one you lost hope in is the one that will actually deliver. So what I just did is called, any sociologist here? Any sociologist? Sorry? If someone said I should go to the point? Huh? I should go straight to the point. What is this thing I just did? I'm asking you now. That's the point. Answer me. It's called the perception study. And it's one of the first things you do whenever you're engaging any group of people. I've never met you before. You now met me. So I'm trying to get a perception about what you think of where we are so we can have a common ground. Is that clear? Now, if you don't understand these things, and we'll get to that. We want to be able to Japa. We want to fit into other cultures and all that. Are we equipped for those lifestyles? Those are very competitive environments. Are we, let's be honest with ourselves. Are we really, really equipped for the kind of life we want to live? Do we deserve it? Everybody deserves to have a good life, but have you prepared yourself for it? If you hold on, if you are a boy, would you marry you if you were a girl? And if you're a girl, would you marry your kind of person if you're a male? When you become the kind of person that you would want to be with, then you know you've arrived. Otherwise, sit down and learn. Please, let's have the pre-test. 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 What? Can you just project it for me, please? Okay, good. Ordinarily, I would have administered this test on paper for you to write or fill and return to me. This is not your usual kind of summit. So, let's go. I would have sent it to you, then I would have seen your individual responses, and I would have sent a more technical one. But because of my experience with the youth last year, I decided to tone it down and have a more friendly approach. What I call user-friendly. Ordinarily, you would have sat down, written an exam for me before we go into the workshop. And if you didn't pass the exam, you wouldn't be eligible for the workshop. If you want to go and call anybody, call anybody. So let's go. Pre-test. This one is going to be a very friendly pre-test because it's still a perception study that I'm doing. By the way, before we continue, if there's anybody who is not interested in properly learning, you can leave now instead of distracting us. But if you want to learn, stay. If the food or the hunger or whatever is more important to you wants to take you away, the door is open. Please, can you project the pre-test for me? Where is it? Okay, there. First slide. What is the theme for this year's International Youth Day? Anybody? Here. I'll take whoever gets it right first. Face the audience and answer me. Face the audience and answer me.
It's A.
Sorry?
A. Youth advancing multilateral cooperation through technology and partnerships.
Media people, I don't need any images of action. I only need the pre-test. Better. You can minimize it. Youth advancing multilateral cooperation through technology. Next slide. I think it's correct. What is your understanding of technological pathways? Technological pathways are roads with technology and billboards on them. Technological pathways are routes that leverage technology for growth and opportunities. Technological pathways are online courses designed to provide a broad general education. Which one best comes to what we are doing here and what your expectations are? What? B. Anybody agree?
Yes, it's B.
Anybody disagree? Huh? All right, let's go. Next one. What skills do you think are essential for success in the digital age? Hacking, scamming, phishing, and swindling? Huh? You agree with that? You think it's A? Coding, programming, and social media management? You agree with that? Modeling, photoshopping, and pornography? You agree? But I think they sell too, don't they? Don't they sell? Okay, so I think we should go with B, right? Last year they picked A. Seriously, the youth picked A last year. So, and they went to Japan. Let's go to the next one. How do you think technology can be used to address social and environmental issues? Which one? Sorry? You think so? Are you sure? Okay. Is that related to the theme for this year? Is it? All right. So somebody is disagreeing. Okay, they are not seeing. Are they not? Are you not understanding him? I should speak up. All right, next one. What does digital citizenship mean to you and how do you practice it? A, by doing whatever you feel like and feeling free in your online actions. Sorry? Which one is it? What? B, participating in online communities and promoting positive interactions. Using internet to catch crews and show steez. But people do that one now, don't they? All right, next one. How do you stay safe online and what precautions do you take to protect your digital footprint? Somebody asked a question about intellectual property and one of the panelists responded about tracking digital footprints. Sorry? By using strong, unique passwords and enabling two-factor authentications. Well, you could decide to share your password if you like, or you could decide to click on every link you come across. Abby? Okay, next one. What do you think are the most significant benefits and challenges of the tech revolution? Okay, I need to read this out. Benefits include the reduced need for education and the end of traditional prose. Challenges involve data privacy concerns and digital addiction. Digital revolution has no significant benefits or challenges. Sorry? Is what? B. C. Okay. Increased access to information and improved communication challenges involve data privacy concerns and digital action. Okay, next one. How will you share what you've learned from the summit with your peers and community? A, B, or C? By speaking with peers and community platforms and workshops. By keeping the information to yourself and sharing it with any. A. We agree it's A? All right. Finally, no, not finally. Next one. Which of the following are examples of collaboration using technology? Osusu. Is that an example of collaboration using technology? No, it's not. But is it collaboration? But it's not with technology. B. Cyberbullying. There's collaboration in cyberbullying now, isn't there? Abby? There is. Fine. Digital networking. Is that? And then advanced fee fraud. What's the other name for advanced fee fraud? What? 419 is the legal number, but otherwise called Yahoo. Or what? Pumping. I have no idea what that means. Then, are they all positive? No. All right. What are the positive ways of collaboration using technology? There. Digital networking. Okay, is there any other slide? What do the following terms mean to you? Now this is to you. Linkages. What does linkages mean to you? Anybody? Linkages. We want to Japao. Abi? Let's answer ourselves. What do linkages mean to you? Huh? Sorry? No, speak up. Any hand? Nobody wants to respond? There's a response there. Linkages. What does it mean to you? What's happening to this side?
For me, linkages means connectivity, connecting people, linking you to something that you don't know, causing you to know that. For me, it's called linkages.
Sorry, can you take that again? I was a bit distracted.
It is no, as in for me, it's connectivity, connecting people, linking people to know what they don't know, making them to know that thing. It's linkages.
Okay. All right. Do I agree with him? Do I agree with him? Are we tired? We are tired. Are we hungry? Okay, are we eating? Are we honest with ourselves? I don't think so. Because I can see people that have eaten saying they've not eaten. Then you want to Japan and somebody says they don't behave like that abroad, but you're already doing that thing that they don't do there. You've not eaten and you've eaten, you say you're not eating. Then if you become governor, what will you do to us? You finish it. Okay, you're a titer. Congratulations. Please, network. What does network mean to us? We can chorus the answer. What does network mean to us? Sorry? Huh? You say? Yes, please.
Good day, everyone. My name is Victor Sunday. What I understand by network is simply connection, kind of like a chain to connect several people or individuals or countries.
Okay. Beautiful. I agree. A network. There was another thing there. Emotional intelligence. What does somebody wants to respond about to network? I just wanted one response. Sorry. Unless, are we ready to stay here till 5 p.m.? So one response per question. What does emotional intelligence mean to you? Who wants to respond? Does nobody here want to answer any question? Okay. Yeah, I can see that. There's no. We'll go back to empathy.
Okay.
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence has to do with the ability of an individual to manage their emotions intellectually, no matter what situations they find themselves.
Riding a bicycle means the same thing as being able to bicycle ride.
No, emotions. Emotion is something that goes beyond mere instinct.
Okay.
It requires maturity and other things around, irrespective of the social variables that might actually trigger you at any time.
Now we're getting somewhere. I didn't want you to use the word emotion in the response.
Your feelings.
Good, feelings. Trigger, feelings, things like that. Being able to manage your impulses. Do we see that a lot of online activity, people react emotionally? True or false? Do we see that a lot of conflicts, disagreements, and collaborations are damaged because people reacted emotionally? True or false? Right? So there was a time I was passing by one of these motor parks and I heard one of the touts saying, use your head, no use your heart. And I was amazed. So he has already understood the concept of emotional intelligence and he's a tout. Anyway, I guess he has to understand it because his life revolves around survival. So if he makes a mistake, he could die. True or false? Right? So when it comes down to a question of survival, we almost always default to choosing the better option. That's why some of you want to choose to Japa. However, before you Japa, you have to acquire certain things. I will be happy to tell you it was nice meeting you. What are the things that they are looking for abroad right now in terms of skills and capacity? Who can tell me the 3 most sought skills abroad right now? 3 most sought skills. Okay, one at a time.
If you're good in forklifts, I believe most industries outside there, they are in their need of forklift operators.
Do we agree? Do we agree? Do we agree? Yes and no.
Okay, well, I think one of the most sought after skills abroad now is data analysis. It's one of the highest paying jobs in the world.
Do I agree with that one? Okay, did you hear they were louder? Forklift and data, are they the same thing? Lie. Somebody from this side. I want a female to respond. You're a female. You want to write the exam that you've passed.
Project management.
Did you hear him? Project management. Now, why do they want project management? It's cross-cutting. It's applicable. Now, how many of us here have project management skills? Let's be honest with ourselves. How many? No, those I want to Japan. How many of you have project management skills? So, in as much as you want to have a better life, why not acquire the skills? If you have the skills, you will not need to look for a job. That's the truth. You will create value. Two people can come here and talk. One person is paid 1 million naira for 1 hour. The other person is paid 20,000 naira for the whole day. True or false? What makes that person's value greater than the other one? His skills, the things he has been able to accumulate over time. He doesn't have to go abroad to earn that 1 million naira. He will stay here and earn it. Someone can go abroad and the only thing he can do is wash toilets. Is it not so? Somebody will stay here and, like my brother said, work in an oil company and earn 1 million times more than the person abroad. I know people who stay here and send money abroad. Oh, you don't know? I know people who stay here and send money abroad. So those who are there, and you see people who are there saying, but things are awful. If you see what I do here, you know won't come. That's not to say that it's not good to go abroad. It's not good to I'm not saying it's not good to aspire for a better life. But the reason that place seems better than this place is not it has nothing to do with the leadership. It has to do with the people. If you bring people that are clean to a dirty place, they'll clean it up. If you take people that are dirty to a clean place, they'll mess it up. They don't need a leader to do that one. It's their individuality. That is what makes the difference. So, Rivers State Government Ministry of Youth is targeting 3 areas to redefine what youths will do. One of them has to do with mindset engineering. So, you may agree or not agree, but you've already made it clear that you know that you need it. It's a gap. If you don't change the thinking, you will not be able to do anything about anything. The other one is access. That's why we talked about, that's why when my brother and my sister here talked about access to funds, access to jobs, that's why linkages are critical. Linkages and networks. Some of the speakers told you how to access those places you want. The government has it in mind. Like I said, you may be surprised that it is in this one that there will be a difference. So if I were you, I would have hope. Then the third area, which is actually the first one, is building your capacity. I used to do training programs for Share Livewire. Share Livewire for many years used to train young people, empower them in business skills and all that. But there was a gap. The gap was that after they've been trained and given their starter packs, they were not being linked to industry. They were not being linked to access to those supply chains. So the model was revised. And all those of them who were able to compete and show that they had the capacity to engage were provided the linkages. Those were called their pathways. So the pathways that the ministry is developing exist. And part of the reason this summit is different is to explore from you, that's why I'm asking you questions, the appropriate and the most effective pathways that can be used to help you. I'm older than you are. A lot of the things that you want to learn, I already know them. And contrary to what my friend said, I don't want to japa. If I wanted to japa, I wouldn't be here. But I don't even know whether I've japaed before. So don't assume. Yeah? Sorry? What you say? What did you say? I should do what? Okay. So japa is not, it's not everybody that wants to japa. It might surprise you. It might really surprise you. I don't want to go to a place where I'll be a second-class citizen. I'd rather stay here and do anything I like. There are some places you go to, and any day the government likes, you're back in your country. There's nothing you can do about it. There's some places you go to, as other people are filling some forms. Your own column is different. When you came here, well, did anybody ask you to stand this side because you are different? Anyway, when you go, you see it. I really hope you do. So, on that note, we are going to integrate the learning process. I don't know the groups in which we came. Let's see. We have enough time for that for today. Well, we're already looking tired, but it's just 2:30 now. It's just 2:30. Should we continue? I'm not going to say I and I. I'm not in the House of Assembly. Although this is red chamber. It's like the red chamber. Are we in the Senate? Okay.
Yes? Should we continue and want to Japa, right? When you go to that Japa and your one little Indian boy will tell you, you're working till tomorrow next week, and then you walk because you are Japa. Because he's what? Privileged. Because you are being paid. Okay, you're not being paid here. Please, can I get your name so that I'll make sure that you don't get your transport allowance? Your number. I'm serious. If you say that, I'll be very happy to. They'll just drop your name. It doesn't concern you. Then you now wait for me at the front. I know what your plans are. So if you want us to continue, raise your hand. If you want us to continue, raise your hand. Sorry? There's a hand there. If you don't want us to continue, raise your hand. Okay. If this was an election for the betterment of this community, you would have gotten the kind of leadership that you deserve. So for the sake of those that want to continue, I will continue. If you don't want to continue, I have a mandate to deliver on something, and I will deliver on that mandate. You don't have to stay. I'm not a Nigerian politician, so I'm saying if you don't want to stay, please, I would rather work with a few that are ready to stay than, sorry? I should work with time. On the average, what time does a workshop end? By what time? What time, hold on, what time, let's be honest with ourselves. We want a change, don't we? If we went to the farm, would we have come back by this time? Farm, no problem. How many hours do you spend in the farm? That's farm. So what is this one? This is our farm. Seminar. Hold on, I will let you talk. Hold on. We need, they say they've not eaten. No, I really need to find out. But some people have eaten. What? No, I thought you were playing. Have you really not had something to eat? How many more minutes can we spend? No, I won't. Now we are collaborating. We are negotiating. I have to do something. You need to go away. We have to arrive at a compromise. If you no agree, I no agree. 15 minutes. No, 15 minutes is not enough for me. 20 minutes is not enough. How many minutes can you give me? These guys are very quiet because they've already decided their own. Okay, till 3 o'clock. How about 3:30? All right. Okay. We'll set the pace for tomorrow. Let's do it this way. Hold on. My brother and sister that said it's the same thing that we've been seeing all along. In the other programs, did any facilitator want to continue with a technical session and you were there? Now you're the one saying you want to go. Because what? If you want to learn the things that you think you need for those places you want to go to, you will SWOT day and night. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, let's go. Who is your favorite footballer? CR what? What is it that makes people admire him? His work ethic. CR7 doesn't sleep. He goes from the plane. Sorry, you say? Is their system, Abi? Good. What makes the system? It is not people that make the system. It is people that make a system. It's not the government. Can a lion be created by cockroaches? Answer me. Can a lion be created by cockroaches? Cockroaches will create a cockroach. So it is only the system that produces the leaders. You can't produce what you don't have. The leaders come from the system. Whatever leadership you are having came from you. Don't blame it. If you don't want that leadership, you will change it. If you want the leadership, you will change it today. In university, I was in SUG. When we did not want a particular vice chancellor, he left within 24 hours. With all the army, it was military regime. No problem. So take up your placard and make me leave. Or sit down. That leader was doing something wrong. Am I doing something wrong here? Exactly. So I have a moral high ground. Moral high ground is the first argument. Thank you. Listen. Please listen. You know what? Before I accepted this gig, I was told NYCN youths can be very troublesome, and I said, bring it on. Because it's quite simple. It's either you want something or you don't want something. Let me find out why that is the case. Me? No, feel free to ask the question. I fast a lot. And I do dry fasting. But let's not distract ourselves. Can you just hold yourselves, exercise your emotional intelligence, let me round up. Is that fair? If you can't, I'm not dismissing you. If you cannot, just kindly go outside so you don't distract me. And I mean, listen, please hold on. I really mean it. If you cannot exercise emotional restraint, excuse me. It's not negotiable. So we're going to walk in groups. After this, I would like to see, we need to identify the different groups. You're already in groups, right? According to your LGAs, right? A lot of what we'll do will be domiciled in your LGAs. The critical decisions I'll be taking, the maps, and the needs. If I say I want to use the next 10 minutes to find out what they're going to send to you now, won't you stay? You'll stay. So by tomorrow, since we've decided that we don't want to be here today again, by tomorrow, we'll break into groups. We'll do what's called breakout sessions. And in those groups, we'll start the technical reviews. When we convene tomorrow, we'll do an overview. Then we'll break into our groups and start the technical review. All right? No. Don't thank me yet, because I'm not yet done. You want to explode. So, I need to see are there any group leaders remaining here, still around? There's no group leader around. There's no group leader here. Or you are here and you don't want to identify yourselves. Tomorrow. Okay. Sorry, even what? This is really disturbing because now you want to dictate to me how to run the program. And it will not work. I need to see some group leaders here today. Or you will leave me here and I will not come here tomorrow and you will get someone else who is not interested in moving forward with you. That's the truth. I need to see some group leaders today. If you are a group leader here, can I see your hand up? Everybody here comes from a group, whether it is a chapter or a community or something. You didn't just come in isolation. That's a group leader. Is there any group leader on this end? I'm seeing hands. Please. All those group leaders have indicated, can you just come this way? Just come this way. Then, before I close, before I hand over to the MC, I need to confirm what's going on concerning your food and water. Because if I leave this mic right now, I'm not sure you get it. Please, where is the MC? Someone said he has gone to eat. Okay, I can't close the session without him. He's the one that will close it. But once I see the group leaders, you guys can do what you want to do with yourselves. Are you guys here? Group leaders? Mr. Dave Melford. Okay, that's it. Dave Melford. Sorry? Okay, LGA coordinators. Are they not leaders? Hold on a minute. It is English. What am I supposed to tell you? You are a group leader. If you are an LGA coordinator, you are a group leader. So please, let me see you guys there. If you are an LGA coordinator. What's going on here? Are you the LGA coordinators? We are more than 23 now. All right. All right. So, please, tomorrow, when you guys come, to make things easier, you sit with your colleagues. Is that how you sat today? Yes. You sat in your groups. Retain those places and understand them. Because for us to walk fast, we'll walk in those places. All right? Let's just assume that we've lost today. Tomorrow is Jumat. So we're going to lose about an hour or two for the Jumat service. I'll work with the coordinators, the ministry, to determine if we can work before the Jumat service and close from Jumat. Or you go for or those who want to go for Jumat will go and come back. We'll make that determination today. And it will be communicated to you as soon as you come. I would prefer to work morning and then close at Jumat. Everybody goes. I'm sure you like that. Good. Most of what we want to do here is digital technologies, the pathways. So we'll work in 3 areas. 1, your perceptions and the things you want. 2, a roadmap for that. And then 3, there will be practical training on how to access those linkages. By Saturday, those linkages that we've told you about will be made available, whether it is digitally or whether it is not, or whoever it is that's supposed to show you how to get those things. And those promises that have been made, you will now be told when and how those promises will be afforded to you. Is that fair enough? So please, can we be more cooperative by tomorrow? All right, thank you very much. Please go back to your seats. Let me hand over to the moderators. I need the MC. Yeah. Please, okay, musical interlude while the MC comes back.
Take it easy. Got this on cruise my cheese. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, know the breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand at this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. One my joke, ijogo, what you want my jojo, ijogo, my jogo, and if you know the color like you the Fuji, Odupa, Olua, yeah, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. You good? Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. You good? Up on never. Do what you wanna do. I want to be sure I want to do. Yeah. Don't make that, I want to put it one leg. I want to put it one leg. Yeah, it's easy. Got this on cruise my cheek.
go fit to design. If you play my politics, I figure say your passenger fine. Oh, Kelly na magnet, I believe say they for your behind. Oh, it's Mama Gireto, magnet everybody. It's Mama Gireto, spicy spicy Maggie. It's Mama Gireto, it's magnitude and she's happy. It's Mama Gireto, get madness for body. Oh, Mama Gireto. Gireto, Mama Gireto, it's Mama Gireto. Maggie, baby, oh, Maggie, Maggie, baby, oh, I'm a caress, baby, oh, Maggie, Maggie, it's Mama Gireto. It's Mama Gireto.
I don't know, no. Make them they turn up. They don't see me coming. Are you ready for me? Energy like cocaine. Bring the lot, they like rain. When I do I see me enter, then I go bring you to it. My love. Say you want to see better. I don't give them back to say no. I know. Policeman, many men in my convoy. The boy know they take his us. If he knows they gon' give you a back up. And as the money that they come like us, nothing will be stop this sauce. When I know I see me enter, they don't go agree you to enter. My love. Say you want to see better. Give them back to this getting cold, cold inside. Double sweater,
Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure that you come with your tags tomorrow. Ensure that you come with your tags tomorrow. Please make sure you come with your tags tomorrow so that you will not be denied entry. Thank you very much.